Hey, beautiful souls. This is Becca from Beck About It. Today, I would really like to Beck about fear in a way that many people don't truly confront it. Fear is a magic killer, and a lot of people want to come at fear from the energy of weakness, where it paralyzes us into worry and doubt and victimhood. And a lot of people don't fully embrace fear in its active, outwardly directed form. I want to talk about the frequency of fear. That frequency makes people feel unsafe in the world. It's why we feel so disconnected and separated from other people. I mean, that's pretty much the energy of the world right now. There's a general disunity. Disunity means the solid stream of source energy and information that unites us is now separated. Some souls have part of this transmission, others have this part. Some understand this concept, others don't. Some have this part of history accurately recorded in their DNA. This soul group may not. So it's like we can't unite to create collective solutions that benefit the whole. Because what we're doing is we're kind of allowing organizations and religions and political parties and races and countries to set and determine the agendas and the priorities. And then we must find a way to justify that to ourselves, right? Because we know something's not right. So that really breeds self-deception, false perceptions, and many negative ego character flaws that generate relationally unsafe people. These people lack empathy. Fear creates a lack of empathy. This means they do not have ethical conduct and morals when operating and functioning in the world. People with a lack of empathy have a tendency to deeply criticize, blame, and judge others. When fear rules us, darkness rules us. That means it rules our relationships as well. And when I say darkness, I simply mean these shadow aspects, these hidden parts of our personality. This frequency of fear, it permeates everything we do. So this most assuredly means that we're not available for deep human heart connections and forming empathetic, loving bonds. Fear really destroys the hope for united and unified cooperation, and therefore compassionate conversation that creates rather than destroys. Your words are powerful. They cast spells. That's why they call it spelling. Fear is the main manipulation tool of the controller archetype, which is pretty much, what looks to be manifesting as what's in control of our reality today is that controller archetype. So let's think about this. If you're in a public social setting, think about that one person in the room that likes to make others feel less than or threatened in some type of way. That's your controller archetype. That's the one that's generating fear, making other people feel unsafe in the company of others. And you can pretty much bet that that person is generally unethical, disrespectful, and lacks empathy for others. That person has weak character qualities that spread the frequency of fear and disunity. Most likely, this person has probably developed this as a trauma response from unhealed wounds, or because they want to distance themselves from others because of their own hidden fears that they refuse to acknowledge and face. They just wouldn't want anyone to get too close for fear that they would find out who they really are, or what they really struggle with, or what they truly think about themselves. Now, I know all of us have been in the company of this person. Some of us are this person in certain circumstances. Some of us may have been the target of this person's attacks. We got bullied our entire life, We all have noticed how this type of person makes us feel when we're in their presence. It's palpable. We can feel it. This is why I get so irritated when people teach that our emotions lie to us. Emotions are energy in motion. Emotion. They are signals and impulses generated by your brain, which trigger chemicals and hormones to be released by your body. Have you ever felt yourself resonating with like a deep hidden truth in your body that you always knew you knew but couldn't quite remember, and then you get goosebumps? That is the veil of the amnesiac barrier of the false reality phantom matrix being torn. That's source energy flowing down from your higher dimensional light body into your fourth dimensional awareness of thoughts and emotions, down into your third dimensional body, where they produce the impulses that cause your nervous system to release the information that causes your body to then create goosebumps. Don't ignore those. What about when you sit next to someone and your solar plexus chakra senses their narcissistic or sociopathic vibration, and your body then generates a nauseous feeling or icky feeling in the pit of your stomach, and you feel like they're actually repelling you and you just want to get away from them? Again, don't ignore that. That's magic. There is generally nothing positive that will ever come out of continually feeding destructive, harmful, or abusive relationship patterns that refuse to heal and evolve. Notice I did not say people, because it takes two to tango, people. I will not sit here and validate you in your victimhood and tell you that you had no choice. You had to stay in this abusive relationship. Yes, you love them. Yes, your love is blindingly beautiful and you want to save them, and that's beautiful. The intention behind it is good. I get it. But we have to plant those beautiful, precious, valuable, and magical beans where there's fertile soil if we expect it to bloom and grow and want the kind of love that we give to come back to us. In order to shift out of the vibration of fear, you may need to pull weeds. And that means walking away from that pattern as an act of self-love and self-preservation. So think about this, you guys. If we habitually feel unsafe with others, we really need to begin to demystify within ourselves and really understand the reasons behind why we feel afraid. And for many of us, we need to sit down and really discern the difference between people that demonstrate responsible, safe behaviors and those who demonstrate unsafe, irresponsible behaviors. As often as you feel unsafe with others, are you sure that you yourself are a safe person for others to be around? I mean, here's the thing. We have to get honest. Many times what we fear in others is the hidden unconscious behavior that we have not cleared from within our own deepest selves. So think about these. If everyone around you tells your secrets, are you someone who can keep secrets? Do your friends or partners always seem to lie to you, but seem to catch you in lies as well? Does your boyfriend hit you after you push him and spit in his face? I'm not saying abuse is right. But until we are willing to look at our own hidden fears and who we truly are, we can easily project or transfer these fears onto other people. It really is our spiritual duty to build safety within ourselves. And we can do this by developing inner strength based in the higher frequencies that make us a safe person to be around. It is literally your responsibility to build a strong spiritual foundation upon the cornerstone of moral character development and building trust inside and outside for ourselves. To me, that really means that I must be the same person in every situation, regardless of the crowd or the environment or the setting. Trust is built upon consistent and ethical behaviors where people are treated with equal respect and kindness and allowed to be who they are without repercussion. As long as someone isn't hurting me, why should I care what they choose to think or believe? And I know a lot of you light workers feel that you're here on a mission to save everyone. They have access to just as much information and the same power that you do. It's not your responsibility to save anyone but yourself. At this point, I think it would be pretty helpful to acknowledge that fear is pretty much constantly broadcast everywhere in our environment. It's pretty much the current accepted reality if you want to really get honest, by most people around you today. The manufacturer of endless enemies in the mainstream media maintains the mass perception of continual threats. So what you're doing is conditioning more fear and learned helplessness into your unconscious mind. And therefore, you're part of depositing that into the pain body of humanity. Yes, there is a collective pain body of humanity. And you're contributing to more pain within the collective. What that does is this then drills down into our personal lives and infects our thoughts, our behaviors, and our relationships with the frequency of fear. We are letting this thief in through our TV, our phone, and many supposed heroes of sports and entertainment who are simply media puppets used for programming you. Do you want to be a true hero? Then refuse to take on and wear the frequency of fear. Exercise your own discernment to see through the fear agendas operating in the external so that we can go within and sift through our own internal frequency of sovereign, source, empowering energy. If you're channeling anything or you're listening to anything and the message isn't empowering and life affirming, it is anti-life and controlling fear energy. Transmute that shit and move on. Push the paradigms, New Earth Builders. She came here for a reason. Stop manifesting nightmares. Get your shit right. I love you all, and I hope you have an awesome day. Love to know your thoughts on fear. Until next time, I'm Beck About It, and have an awesome day.